You want to buy a rental property. You are deciding whether you want to finance said rental property or pay cash for it. What's the better route? This is a famous debate, and I'll tell you the answer is different for everybody. But in this video, I'm going to give you 6 reasons why I think that you should consider leveraging your rental properties. Let's skip right into it. First and foremost, the absolute number one favorite thing for me personally about leveraging is the bank, assuming I put 20% down, so the bank finances 80%. Do you know what that means? That means the bank is holding 80% of the risk. I'm only holding 20% of the risk. And on top of that, guess who gets to keep 100% of the profits? Me. So wait a minute. The bank is holding 80% of the risk. I get to keep 100% of the profits. Do we need go on? Of course we're going to keep going on. But that's amazing. And if you're a little leery about that whole risk thing, look, here's the deal. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? The absolute worst thing that's going to happen. You foreclose on the house and your credit score tanks for a while. I mean, you could lose some money, but would you rather lose 20% or 80% or 100%? You have the least stake in this whole thing. The bank is holding 80%. They're going to lose 80% of that value. You're only going to lose 20%. I know. Some people may not agree with me on that one, but it's kind of just how math works. Okay, that's my favorite one. I love that one. I get super jazzed about that one. Reason number 2 that I think you should consider leveraging. This is also a math situation. Despite what it seems like or what people might try to tell you, your returns, just the cash flow alone, will actually be higher, depending on what you're buying, but if you're buying decent rental properties, it will be higher if you leverage. The reason that people don't think it's higher is because if you just buy one property for cash or with leveraging, the one with cash is going to give you more cash flow, right? Because you don't have a mortgage payment. But if you buy the same number of properties with leveraging, like if you have $100,000 and you can only buy one with cash, that one is going to have higher cash flow. But if you buy 4 of them, when you add all of that cash flow together, it actually is higher. So using the same amount of money that you would invest in whichever direction, your cash flow will be higher with the leveraging scenario. It's just math, and I'm going to give you some resources at the end of this video that's going to help with a lot of these points. So if you're not totally following me on that one, don't worry. I have you covered. Hang in there. Reason number 3 I think you should consider leveraging. I kind of already alluded to it. You can buy several properties for the price that you would buy one with cash. Let's say that $100,000 scenario. You could buy 4 rental properties at 20% down, presumably, depending on how much these rental properties cost, versus one $100,000 property. Or let's say you have $200,000 and you could buy one $200,000 property, or you could buy a few of them. And this matters for a few reasons. Going back to that higher returns thing, on the most basic, exciting level about owning more properties, think about it. Let's say you buy 4 properties because you've leveraged versus 1. With one property, you get 1 times the appreciation, 1 times the tax benefits, 1 times all of the profit centers. But for the same investment, if you buy 4 properties, now you have 4 times the appreciation, 4 times the tax benefits, 4 times the profit centers. And I already said the cash flow is higher. So this is just an extension of that idea that returns are actually higher. Again, I'll give you some resources at the end to break deeper down into that math so you can better understand it. Now, thinking about 4 properties instead of 1, or 6 properties instead of 2, or whatever you're going to do, point number 4, reason why you should consider leveraging, is diversification. Aside from generating more income with more properties, now also not all of your eggs are in one basket. So if you buy one $100,000 house and something goes wrong on that house, well, okay then. If you buy 4 and maybe they're in different areas, maybe they're different types of properties, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. And at that point, if something kind of negative happens on one of them, let's say your cash flow is kicked out for a couple months or something, you have more properties to help keep you going. So if something happens to that one property, you're just kind of stuck until it gets fixed. If you have 4 properties and something goes wrong on one of them, you have 3 more to carry you on. Ultimately, all your eggs are not in one basket, and you're not banking your entire investment on one property. So diversification is huge, and you don't get so much of that with the cash. With the cash. So number 5, beating inflation. We are living in inflationary times. Inflation is a beast. Hedging against inflation is one of the profit centers of rental property. Rental properties are the best thing when inflation is high, because the more inflation happens, while it kills us in the grocery store, it makes our rental properties more profitable. So the more of them that you have, because you've bought more with financing, the more hedges against inflation. You have 4 times the inflation hedge than if you just had the one property. Back to that 4 times thing. And then lastly, the number 6 reason why I think you should consider leveraging, and maybe the most fun to play with, is ultimately, assuming that you're not starting out with $1 million or $5 million to invest, ultimately it is going to be a quicker path to financial freedom. Period. If you have $5 million to start and you just dump it all into investments and it gets you immediately to financial freedom, great, cool, pay cash, do whatever you want. But that's not the case for most of us. And in order to get to financial freedom, what do you need? More properties, higher returns. What have I already talked about? You can buy more properties with leveraging, and ultimately, assuming you're buying solid rental properties, the returns are higher. That is going to get you to financial freedom faster. So, a quick recap, and then I'm going to give you those resources I promised. Number 1, the bank is holding 80% of the risk, and you're keeping 100% of the profits. Again, my favorite. Number 2, ultimately, from a cash flow perspective, again, assuming you're buying solid rental properties, you're actually making a higher return with leveraging. Number 3, on that note of higher returns, you're actually making more on all of the profit centers. Number 4, diversification. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Number 5, just that many more ways that you're beating inflation. Number 6, quicker access to financial freedom. Now, the resources I promised you, because I realized some of those are a little bit vague. So I'm going to give you just kind of a list of different things, and you can tap into any of them that will be helpful for you. Number 1, I talked about inflation. I have a really cool video where I'm literally riding in an off-roading Jeep with Aaron Chapman, who is one of my absolute favorite lenders. He is such an investor brain. Not all lenders are. And in this Jeep ride, he is talking about how a 30-year fixed mortgage well beats the rate of inflation. So if you get a 30-year fixed mortgage, you are far taking out the impact of inflation. It's so good. So check out that video where Aaron explains this in lender terms, but in terms that we can all understand. Now, paying cash versus leveraging, I mentioned earlier, it is a famous debate. I have a video that hits this from a broader perspective. This video right now is just giving you reasons to consider leveraging, but I have a broader video that's literally called, Should You Finance Your Investment Property or Pay Cash? And it brings in aspects of both of them. It's not just trying to sway you one way or the other. So check that one out. And I realize, and this is totally fine, not everybody is going to be comfortable with leveraging, no matter what the facts are. It's just a reality. If anyone's not going to sleep well at night because they're nervous about financing, I don't recommend them finance. So there are people who are on the paying cash side of this debate, and I respect all of the benefits of doing so. So much so that I have a video on that too. If you want to get a video that's similar to the one you're watching right now, but it's the benefits of paying cash, I'm linking to that below also. Then, just 2 more things for you. I have a book out. You've probably heard me talk about it. Not Your How-To Guide to Real Estate Investing. Life Lessons on Hacking Your Mind Before You Hack Your Wallet. In there, I have a whole chapter that breaks those numbers down. It uses that $100,000 scenario, buying 1 property versus 4 properties. And it dives a lot deeper into what I gave you here. So for further clarification on the actual numbers and that math that I was talking about, check out that book. That's linked below, and it's got a ton of other cool stuff in it, not to toot my own horn. But it's a really helpful book if you're trying to get your bearings and trying to make decisions on how you want to go forward investing. And then lastly, with all of these resources I just gave you, all these reasons for leveraging, the video with reasons for paying cash, should you pay cash, should you finance? If you're still totally stuck and you can't figure out what you want to do, I do offer coaching. And I've worked with a lot of people who are exactly stuck in this position. So what you and I can do together is go over your goals, go over your resources, and put all the puzzle pieces together to help figure out what might actually be the best solution for you. Okay, that's it. So dive in, leave in the comments below, are you on the financing side of this? Do you prefer to pay cash? What are your reasons? What are your questions? Don't forget to hit the like button if this has been helpful, and reach out if I can be of any help. So, happy financing.